Welcome back. I'm Wyatt Goolsby in for Lauren Ashburn. House Speaker Paul Ryan has not given up on a health care reform bill. He announced an additional $15 billion plan to lower premiums and help insurers cover the cost of the seriously ill.
We have come together on a new amendment that we all believe will lower premiums and provide added protections for those facing real challenges gaining access to affordable care. This brings us closer to the final agreement that we all want to achieve.
Speaker Ryan says lawmakers have more work to do after backing away from their health care reform bill 2 weeks ago. Joining us now is Congresswoman Cathy McMorris Rodgers, House Republican Conference Chair. Representative Rodgers, you stood alongside Speaker Paul Ryan today. Is the new amendment to the health care bill enough to bring Republicans together to pass a wider health care reform bill?
It's certainly a step in the right direction. This is really coming down to protecting those with pre-existing conditions. This particular bill, this particular amendment to our overall health care bill is ensuring that we're helping bring down the premiums, but also protecting those with pre-existing conditions. And we can unite around that. There's still more work to be done, member to member, colleague to colleague, to get us to a place that we can bring the overall bill to the floor for a vote.
So when it comes to health care, you also introduced this bipartisan legislation this week called ABLE 2.0. It's meant to help people with disabilities be more financially independent. Why is this bill needed, do you think?
This is exciting legislation. This is about empowering those with disabilities. ABLE, the ABLE Act was signed into law about a year ago, and it was worked on for many years, but it provides for tax-free savings accounts for those with disabilities, which means that an individual, a child with disabilities, can have others put money away tax-free, similar to a 529 to save for college or an IRA to save for retirement. This is providing for savings for someone with disabilities for later on in life to provide for education, transportation, housing, ultimately meaning that they can live independently. ABLE 2.0 expands it to allow an individual with disabilities to work and then take that money and put it into the tax-free savings account up to a certain level. It expands the ages. It's expanding the eligibility so that we can have more that are living independently and hopefully working, because we know how much work is. We know how important a job is in our life, and it's so much more than the paycheck. It's what gives us purpose and dignity and an opportunity for a better life.
Well, on a personal note, you have a 9-year-old son, Cole, who has Down syndrome. How could this bill make Cole's life better?
So I was 35 and single when I was elected to Congress, and Cole is my oldest child now, and he does have Down syndrome, and I've learned so much because of Cole. Now, when Cole was born, I was told, don't put any assets in his name, for example, because it might jeopardize his benefits. And I really felt like that was the wrong message to send new parents ready to sacrifice and give, your child every opportunity possible. So this legislation would allow Brian and me to set money aside for him, like we're doing for our daughters through 529 accounts. We can do it through the 529 ABLE, and then when Cole graduates and hopefully goes on to college, but when he gets done with school, this would be money set aside to help him with his housing, his transportation, his education, and ultimately now he could work and still protect that money.
It is a very interesting piece of legislation, and I'm sure we'll be hearing more about it a little bit later. Congresswoman Cathy McMorris Rodgers from the state of Washington, thanks so much for talking to us about it.
Thanks for having me.